Right. Let's go then. Right. Oh. And then they're saying 21 drivers. No, they won't. I'll just quickly. Oh dear. My invite was quickly backed out to make sure the host options were right. Anyway, we are now looking to get go. Right, I'll leave it to you a minute, Justin. I'm just going to get a drink.
No worries. Come on, boys. Ready up. Let's go. Here we go. What is the weather going to be like? Let's have a wet quali and a wet race. That's what we want. Let's pop it on here, the stream. Good evening, Mushroom. How are you, mate? Anyone tell us what the weather's going to be like for the race? Looks dry so far. Please be wet. Please be wet. It's dry so far, Jake. Nah, so I'm not doing all comms, mate. Jake's 100 times better than me. He's gone for a drink. Dry, Emerson. God, I could do with some rain on here. Overcast but dry from Jay Story. George High. Bad luck. Ah. Nunda says rain in 10 minutes.
You can smell that.
Right.
You
He's
smell
going
that?
out first. What are you talking
Bullshit.
about? Oh yeah, 100%.
Right, I'm back. I've been back for about 2 minutes, so I just thought I'd let you rabble on for a bit. Dan Murphy's retired. Yeah, he's going to start last. We thought he would. Yeah, we're just giving Bradfield some practice. He's going to commentate by himself one day before the end of the season.
I could do it. I could not do it.
He's going to do it.
No
He's going to
chance.
do it. He's got no choice.
No.
Oh, Cammy's left the session. It is mainly the Premier League drivers. We have got Mr. Elite and Red Bull seat, and yeah, in the week, Knowlesy, as he can't make every race, he kindly gave up his seat, which Mr. Elite has now taken full time. And then the only other reserve one reserve we got in today, and that's Emerson, the absolute pace master. Really like to see him challenging for this race today. He loves the track as well, I've heard. But yeah, he's taken over from Farf, who's now dropped down to the championship, as you saw last night. But as from next week, I can announce that Gernman will be taking that Williams seat full time. Emerson now starting a lap. Sweet MJP is the driver first out though, so we'll keep our eyes on him.
Yeah, Brazil, not my favourite track, as you could have probably told them yesterday.
Yeah, you get a podium last week in Monaco, reserving the Premier League, and you can't get in the points in the championship.
No, can't do. I would definitely do awful in the Premiership as well.
And talking of championship as well, we announced earlier today that Irish New Potato is going to be taking the vacant Mercedes seat in the championship, just to spice up the competition even more.
Just make it even harder for me, yeah.
We got LOI Tommy and Darwise and Gary, Irish Gary in the comments. Let's go LOI lads. Yeah, and they are of course Conal, who is on the lap in the Alpha Tauri, and then Sully in the Williams. So got a lot of support for them in the comments. The sweet MJP does a 107.3. We're now going ball with Emerson. He's on the straight of him. Got a Ferrari in front. That's Sam Swift. Let's see what Sam Swift can do first. He's up to, oh, it's Marth actually. He's up into P2 and Emerson goes up to P1. Look at that time, 106.6. Good time already.
He's him and El Denzo today. Wow, what battle that's going to be.
As Conal goes up to second. Carrie's joined back. It's good to see. Yeah, yesterday I don't remember the pole time. I think it's 106.6, wasn't it, from Vice Sheng. That was the pole time for the championship. So matching that already just on the first lap in Q1. So I think we'll see even quicker times than that. Cheers for the Punterino yesterday, Justin, saying Adam in the comments. Yeah, they made contact and Adam went absolutely flying into the wall.
I think I nearly killed him, didn't I?
Yeah, fighting for his life. He's messaging that from the hospital bed.
Yeah, that was brutal. There's only a slight tap as well. I was right behind him. I never thought he'd do that. Honestly, that was awful. I did apologise to him, so I will put my footage in as well. But
anyway, Nunda's on a lap now. Both McLaren drivers had problems connecting so far. Now Tango, as we know, he's always in and out of the session. He has got about 15 invites. Nunda only joined last minute. He was lucky he still got to race. Didn't join then. Would have got someone else in. But he's got a horrible gearbox glitch now anyway. Yeah, we missed some time, so Potstuff's in he's now P5 because Sam Swift's gone up to P2 on his second run. Can Potstuff improve? He goes up to P2 again on his second run. We saw it yesterday. A lot of the cars go for a second run. They're quicker round here just because tyre wear is not a huge issue. So Nunda goes up to 6th. Tyre wear not a huge issue, so it takes 2 laps sometimes to warm up the tyres properly. We're about to see his teammate Crooksy, see what he can do in the Renault. Only up to P6. He's not been at his best lately, Crooksy, but he's still mid-table. He got a lot of points early on the season. Sully's on an outlap. Who next we got? Chaz has just started lap 2. Chaz, of course, the Racing Point, took his first WNR victory, didn't he, last week in Monaco? Absolutely dominated start to finish.
He's flying, wasn't he,
incredible drive that was from him, and a worthy winner of the Driver of the Day award too. Mr. Elite's about to come across the line on his first lap as a full-time driver, and he goes up to P8 just ahead of Marvsky. Siege down in P10 at the moment, so he's struggling at the moment. Denzo's still in the pits. Cowie's down and out lap. Good to see him in the session.
Just looking through the comments here from Sloth. Justin taking more people out. Absolutely terrible, tut. But yeah, like I said, I did apologise to Adam, so it wasn't deliberate. You never do that to a driver. Just too keen to overtake him, I think, there.
See what Serious Mushroom can do as he crosses the line. It's up to P9, 107.4. We saw yesterday the times in qualifying, again, because it is a short lap, they're all relatively close, aren't they, at the moment. Chaz has gone up to P2, 106.8, that's a really good time. It's only 7 tenths between 3rd and 13th. Oh, just went to go on Sean, he just sets his lap, he's up to P14, 107.9, again comfortably in the 107s. Jay Storby, the only driver not in the 107s yet, apart from the 2 of the 106s at the top. Denzo still in the pits then. Cowie.
He's going out again.
Oh, Emerson's going again. Tango's back in the session.
Wow,
LOI on top, saying Jamie Enright. Yeah, where did Sully go? Yeah, Sully went up to P4, so yeah, good laps so far from the LOIs. Although Conal's just been pushed down to P7 because Cowie's gone up to 5th. Really close between Cowie, Sam and Conal at the moment. So we've still got about 10 minutes left in the session, but yeah, only Denzo, Tango, and Rick yet to set a time, as well as Dan Murphy, who has retired, so he's choosing to start last. He's done that before, hasn't he? So he likes to come back. These comeback drives, and he's really good at them as well. I think that's Sean. Has he gone for back-to-back laps? He has. See if Sean can improve. I think he will here, and he does. It's about by 3 tenths, but he's only up to P12. So yeah, Sean could be in trouble there. I think he'll need to go out again. We have got Emerson. Is that Emerson? Oh, he's coming in the pits. Next up we have Alpha Romeo, and that's not Denzo. Emerson's retired in the pits. He's happy with his time. See if Cowie's doing another lap. Not sure he is. No, he's not. He's coming into the pits. Yeah, those 2 times at the top. I think Denzo and Rick will get really close to them. Hopefully Tango can get a lap in before it kicks him from the session again. 15th is a 107.9, saying Nunda. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, I was about to say that, yeah. It's
absolutely
rapid, isn't
crazy, that. Even everyone saying Dylan, who got his first WNR win in Brazil yesterday in League One. So congratulations to him, as we see Marcy go up to P12. Good lap there from Marv. Yeah, most of the drivers in the pits now, they're just waiting to see if they need to go out again, and if they do, I'm sure they'll wait a while. But I think Marcy might be going for another lap here. No, he's not. He's 7 tenths down. Yeah, so at the moment, Jay Story's out in trouble. Siege is on the track. He is up on this time, but he's down in 15th at the moment, so he's in a bit of trouble himself.
I'm just going to watch our Denzo. He's feeling confident on the mediums, isn't he?
Yeah, he is, yeah.
See what he can do.
He's on the mediums, is he? We haven't even got.
He is.
See Siege. Siege only up to P14. He's in trouble, Siege. He might have to put a fresh set of softs on. Not sure he's going to be going again. There we go, unfitted. There we go. But yeah,
I think Denzo see what he can do on the mediums, and he'll go on softs, won't he? But I should imagine he'll go through on mediums.
Did say yesterday, this is one of the 3 tracks you're all right, really, for me. You're all right starting on the softs, with Austria and Vietnam being the others. It is a soft medium strategy, really. I think it's relatively comfortable to do it as well. So yeah, they'll use the that's why Denzo's using his mediums here. And he goes
He's
up
got
to
a 106.8 on the mediums, man.
That's incredible. 106.8, well, 106.7's it's in.
Jesus, how can you do it?
It's unbelievable.
How do you find that pace on the track?
Rick's done the same strategy, and that's a decent lap from Rick himself, a 1,000th off Co now. But that time from Denzo's brilliant, and Tango's up to P4 on the softs as well. So now we've got a real overview now. Everyone's set a time. So at the moment, it's both Red Bull drivers are down at the bottom, Mr. Elite and Jay Story, and then Sean Siege, surprisingly, are the other 2 drivers currently in the drop zone. Marvsky outside the drop zone, he'll be happy with that, I'm sure. Yeah, Rick, Denzo and Tango are all on. Not sure if they're going again, but whilst we've got a bit of a breather, we'll go through the standings. If I can find them, we'll go through them, that is. So then, after Monaco last week, Denzo, of course, he retired in the pits last week, so after being on the podium and winning 6 of the previous 8 races, he picked up -2 points for retiring in the pits. So he's still on 184. He's still 50 clear of his brother Rick Dalton, and then it's 21 further points to Siege. Chaz is in 4th after that win, and then Nunda leads the battle of the rest of the field, which is really close. Nunda in 5th, Sully 6th, Mushroom 7th, Crooksy 8th, Dan 9th, Howie 10th, and then the drop zone at the moment, Pot Stuff, Sam Swift and Jay Story, with Marvsky and Sweet MJP just above them. Although, well, Marvsky, Sweet MJP and Jay Story all picked up points last week, didn't they? In that manic Monaco race. Siege saying loaded the wrong setup. Oh,
yeah,
no.
I was just going to say that, yeah.
1-1.
That's a big mistake.
1-1 on the wings. Oh, no. That's not... This is...
Just
look
keep,
at this. Oh.
Keep going at that, mate.
He'll be pacey on the straights. He'll get a lot of overtakes.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's lots of fast corners through here, so he's going to be struggling through those corners, isn't he? So we see Co now going on track. We'll watch a lap with Co now. Take us through this lap. Alright then, I will.
Hold on.
What do you
I
mean,
was
hold
looking
on?
at the comments, so
Alright.
I can't hear you very well. You're quite quiet.
Look at Co now, is that better?
That's better.
He's in Sector 2 now. Hurry up.
Hold on, I'm coming.
Oh, for goodness sake.
Right, I'm down there. He's in Sector 2. I'm here at last.
Yeah, Jake the Slayer says in the comments, what setup should be a 1-1 is the question. Yeah, what setup does Siege use that for?
Can he get any faster than that? Let's see.
He's obviously he feels threatened, and you know such close gaps. And he felt he needs to go out. He's up to P5. There we go.
1070.
Good luck. That I think he should be okay with that Co now. Although I think everyone is going to be going back out again.
Really, do you? Really don't know these times.
It's all so close. Sean just improved. Sean's up to P8. He needed that. Needed that, Sean. Rick Dalton's in danger in P12. Of course, he went on the mediums, didn't he? So I think he's going to have to put the softs on. It's in big trouble there. And Marvsky drops down to the drop zone. So that's why Siege is right down the bottom. Because he's got a 1-1 set up on his wings. He's put the wrong setup on. So I can't see him challenging at the top today. As we just see, who was that that just improved? I think it was a Red Bull. Mr. Elite went up to P13 then. Yeah. So he gets himself out of the drop zone. He's not got much fuel left on board, so I think that might be him done. So he could be in trouble there. I'm going to watch
Siege, see what he can do.
Oh, watch his on board just to see.
Yeah, no,
he's backing off. He had to back off so much there. Yeah, you see how much he's backing off through the corners. As Chazza goes up to P2, he's done another lap. He's got closer to Emerson, back ahead of Denzo.
He's got to make it up on that straight. Tidy lap, to be fair.
It has looked good from Siege, hasn't he? He's kept the car under control. The matter is how fast has he been through the corners. If he's been too slow, he might not gain as much time, but we'll see what it does. It's definitely going to improve. He goes up to 13th, so he gets ahead of Mr. Elite. And
that's
with
costing big time, isn't it?
I think Mr. Elite's... Well, yeah, of course, we're about 40 seconds ahead, aren't we? So Mr. Elite might have time to get in and out. Siege has invalidated this next lap, so he'll just be saving up now for one more lap if he's got the fuel. Dylan saying, come on, Mr. Elite, for his fantasy team.
Yeah, I think I picked Mr. Elite, I think, as well. I can't remember now, I think I did.
Yeah, Dylan saying... Come on to the Irish lads to make it a hat-trick of Irish wins. Yeah, of course, Dylan won on yesterday in League One. Sloth won in the Championship. So can we have a hat-trick of Irish winners? As we just see Marcy go up only to P16, so he's still in the drop zone. But it's close to Crooksy. Crooksy in 15th is in trouble. I think Mr. Elite will be going back out. As Chaz is happy with his time, he's retired in the pits. Yeah, Rick Dalton is out and he is on a lap. We'll just watch the cars as they come across the line now as we get towards the business end. Jay Story's invalidated, unfortunately, and he's backing off as well. So I'm not sure. I think Jay Story's out here. He's coming in the pits, and Jay Story's going to be out, unfortunately.
Oh, but did you see some rain?
Linda said rain in 10 minutes, didn't he?
Yeah.
Maybe.
It's raining.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Mr. Elite's retired in the pits. Yeah, it is raining. So yeah, Siege is retired in the pits as well. He's happy with his time. As we see Rick got to P2, he covers himself there. So Marvin P16 is next in danger. And I don't know how.
What's happened there?
Don't know how. Oh, he's on a slow lap anyway. He will make the checkered flag, of course, because we are about 40 seconds ahead. It's giving us this glitch. I'm not sure we are, actually. It's just like... No, Marsky's out. Serious Mushroom and Jay Story out too. It's all down on Nunda. He loved the wet. He loved wet conditions, Nunda, but not quite sure where the dry tyres on. He weren't
it might cost him a little bit of time. They just started raining it, so it shouldn't be too bad.
He's down. He's 5,000ths down on his time. I don't think Nunda's going to get through here. I think Siege can breathe. He's absolutely going for... Oh, he's invalidated. That invalidated his time. He would have been out anyway, and it was a bit of an anticlimactic end to Q1 there, but yeah, I didn't expect that rain. Nunda did say about it, even though everyone else said dry, but Nunda's out. As is Marvsky in P16, Nunda in 17th, Serious Mushroom in 18th, and Jay Story a second down in 19th, of course with Dan Murphy starting 20th. So Siege survives with that setup on into Q2. He'll be happy about that.
See, Mushroom instead of 107.4, and he's 18th.
Cryptic saying it's Bradfield with the dodgy mic noises. Yeah, it is. I have to put up with that all the time. It's so annoying. Dylan saying Bradfield. Serious Mushroom saying it's some drunk.
No, I'm not on it tonight.
Sam DNF saying Groove Ninja. I don't think he did crash out, did he? I missed something there? No, he hasn't. I've always had to put him down and out in 15th. But yeah, it's confirmation of the ones that have gone out. So yeah, Dylan wants an Irish win today. He's going to have to rely on Sully or Co now. I think we've got about 6 or 7 Irish drivers in Championship. They are the only 2 Irish drivers when it comes to the Premier League. 7th and 8th at the moment, and they're 3,000th away from each other. And yeah, really fine margins, isn't it? Although those top 3 are really close with each other, but of course Denzo on the mediums has got more time to come. Might be a battle between those top 4. That's what it looks like early on. You can't, and while there's not a huge difference between soft and mediums here, because it is a short lap, even still you have to say you think Denzo's got a few temps in him. So tight, saying Nunda absolutely is. Yeah, Nunda's fortunately out. And it is. Now, are we on Inters?
It is, yeah.
It is Inters, yeah. About 10 people put dry. I wonder if they made a secret channel in the Discord to say, try and wind me up on what the weather's going to be like.
Yeah, didn't you say in there before we started?
Why have we only got 14 cars? We've only got 14. Sam's there, so we didn't crash. Where's Siege? Siege is out. Siege must have crashed.
Let us know.
Siege must have crashed.
14.
I didn't see it on the times. Yeah, Nunda saying told you it's rain. Yeah, well done. But yeah, I didn't see Siege crash there. But he must have done, otherwise he wouldn't be out. He didn't join the session late, so it wouldn't have thrown him out like that. But yeah, Siege is out there. He'll be starting 15th. We've got Emerson's the first one out on the track. We've got Haas going wide to begin of sector 2. We'll watch Emerson's lap as he's the first car out. Oh, Siege saying he's span at turn 2. So we'll go on board with Sam. Yeah, so that's turn 2 on the right side where the pit lane is. He must have lost it there and gone into the wall and lost his wheel pressure. I think it was USA where Siege spun in qualifying and crashed out last year, and it was in these conditions as well. But unlucky there for Siege. I'll go back on board with Emerson, who's about to come onto the straight to start his lap. In the Williams. Didn't look through constructor standings earlier, did we? So we'll have a look through them whilst you're watching Emerson's lap. Alfa Romeo in the lead with 212. Denzo and Cowie. However, they both retired in the pits last week, so they picked up -4 last week. Whilst at Racing Point finished 1st and 4th and picked up 37 points. So it was a really big gap. But now it's only 12 between Alfa Romeo and Racing Point. And then we've got 73 points down to Haas in 3rd. And at the bottom we have got Red Bull. And they are struggling at the moment, aren't they? However, Mr. Elite has made it through. And Emerson has not made it through this lap because he's invalidated. So we'll go on board with Chazza. Oh no, he's just on an out lap, isn't he, Chazza? It's the Haas that's up next. That's Sweet MJP in Sector 2. We'll join on with him. It's not a bad track for rain. Personally, I find it alright. Flow's quite nice.
Is it?
Wet waves.
Really?
Yeah, this track for rain. I think a lot of the drivers don't mind rain here. Because a lot of the tracks you can slide out of in the wets, like this one here. You tend to slide in the dry anyway a bit, so you're already being that extra cautious. A Sweet MJP was there after his P6 in Monaco last week, his first points. He was happy about that. Second favourite wet race is Brazil, saying Cryptic. I wonder what his first is. Sweet MJP then, what sort of times are we going to be seeing? We've got a 1:17.3 for Sweet MJP. Next up's going to be Tango. He does a 1:15.9, gets into 1:15. It's a great time there. Crooksy's come into the pits. We've got an Alpha Tauri next. That's Co now. He crosses the line. He's in only a 1:17.1, so he's a second and a bit off. Mr. Elite in the middle of a 1:16.7. What can Pot Stuff do in the other Renault? It's a 1:16.3. Good lap there. Denzo is going to be next. No, he's not. We're going to miss the Williams. A Sully. It's a slow lap anyway. And Denzo does a 1:15.4. Half a second ahead of Tango. Rick Dalton's going to be next. He invalidated his time, so he's going to be going again. And he's got to be careful. He's got Sean behind him on a lap. Might give him a bit of a tow when we come, if he can stick with him. As we see, Cowie now across the line. Sam went up into P7. Yellow flag. I think that's just for Denzo getting out of the way, and it is. Racing point of Chaz's next. Coming onto the straight. Doesn't slide at all there. It's a lovely exit. Only one car in the pits at the moment, and that's Crooksy, who've accidentally just flipped to. So Chazza then, our winner from last week. How close is he to Denzo? He's 3/10 off Denzo. So yeah, Denzo's still looking the ultimate pace master as Emerson goes up to P3, just behind Chazza by less than a tenth, slotting in ahead of Tango. Sweet MJP improves. Can Tango improve? Yes, he does, and he takes that P3 back from Emerson. Alpha Tauri next is Co now. He's a second up on his time, according to this. And he is, yeah, he's gained over a second up to P5. And again, yeah, I think these cars have fueled up for a good few runs as Mr. Elite's up to P7.
Yeah.
And we've got the Renault of Pot Stuff. And he doesn't move up. And then the Williams of Sully goes up to P6. Again, close to his Irish counterpart in Co now. And Rick Dalton goes up to P3. Good that there from Rick. And Sean's in, well, he was 10th. He's now in 11th. Because we've just seen Sam cross the line and go up to P6. Then Alfa Romeo is non-stop. Cowie's next. Who's next? Is it Denzo? Yeah, Denzo's crossed the line. He's going to be doing another lap now. Everyone's out on the track. This is manic, this. Crooksy's the only one that's not on a lap. Oh, Denzo lost it. Oh, he's sliding there. He did well to hold on to it. Emerson's going to be next. Yeah, here comes the pace from Emerson. He's 3.5 up. Can he get ahead of Denzo into P1? Yes, he can. He's a 1:15.2. That's more like it from Emerson. Much more pole-like time that from Emerson. A Sweet MJP gains 6,000 but stays in 13th. He's in trouble at the moment. Crooksy's next, just on out lap. Next is the Alpha Tauri. Co now. He's up to P6. It's going to be non-stop times, isn't it? They'll probably come in. Yeah, they'll start to come in now in a lap or two, and then go for one more run on fresh inters at the end. But Pot Stuff's up to P8. And then got McLaren at Tango, who doesn't improve anymore. Might have invalidated his time. It's not Emerson. Who's the other Williams? It's Sully. I don't think he improved either. They might have just been doing a saver lap. Sean up to P11 ahead of Mr. Elite. Sam's in the pits now as well. Cowie's going to be the first Alfa Romeo. He is up on his time, and he needs the time. He's in 10th at the moment. And he's only up to P9. And what can Denzo do? Look at that from Denzo. 1:15.0. We've got Williams going slowly. I think that's Emerson. He might have made a mistake somewhere. He might have just backed off. Yeah, it's impossible to tell whether these times are safe or not. So I don't know whether it's going to start to dry up or what. We've got yellow flag in all three sectors for cars slowing down and getting out of the way. And yeah, a lot of these cars are going slower now, but one of them who isn't is Sweet MJP. 3/10 up. He needs at least 8/10, so just to get into the top 10 at the moment. Let's see what he does. He's getting as close to the pit wall as he can. It's only P12 for Sweet MJP, so he's in trouble at the moment. Crooksy next, to say his first time in a session. Only P11. And then Co now up to P4. Great up there from Co now. Tango's down his time. I wonder if he'll come in the pits. No, he's still going. Emerson's on another lap. Next up is Sully. He's up to P5. Sean. 2.5 up. I don't know if the track's getting quicker or whether they're just getting better with the more practice. He's still in 13th, but he does improve and gain some time. I think both. Oh, who's that? Sweet MJP's had an off there.
Yeah, he's gone off.
I'm not sure if he's got damage or if he was just moving out of the way. I just. Not sure what's going on there. Alfa Romeo. Cowie's going slowly. Denso isn't going slowly. He's saved up. And he's going to have one more bite at the cherry. And I think that might be him done. We've got a bit of a traffic jam going on in Sector 3 at the moment. Led by the AlphaTauri Co now. Oh, I'm not sure what's Sweet MJP's. Cutting some of the grass there, I think. Lawnmower will be really happy with him there, definitely.
Tell you what, serious
Emerson's
mushroom, I
up.
like to have some what Dendo's having
Can
as well,
Emerson
mate.
get any closer to Denso? He can. He's still a tenth away though. Konow's next, coming into the pits. So I wonder if the drivers behind will follow suit. Crooksy, he's invalidated his time. Chazza, can he improve? No, he can't. So Chazza's down in 6th at the moment, and Tango in 7th. They're not safe there, definitely not. As Emerson, no, sorry, Tango. Tango's up to P3, only 3 thousandths off Emerson. Brilliant up there for Tango. He's not lagged out for a while yet either. Probably will now have said that. Sean goes up to P9, so he's into the top 10, pushes Cowie down into the drop zone. And yeah, we've got a lot of the cars now coming into the pits. I'm sure everyone else will within the next minute or so, and then save up for a couple of laps. Probably go out again as soon as possible, put another couple of laps worth of fuel in. Not sure we've got anyone on a quick lap. Crooksy is slightly down.
I think
Mr.
Chaz
Luke's
on
on
a
out
quick
lap.
lap.
Have a look at Chazza, he might be. He's got Crooksy in front though, so that might be putting him off a bit.
No,
I don't
he's
think
back
that's a
on.
quick lap, is it? We'll watch Crooksy then. Is Emerson doing another lap? No, he's not. I think Emerson might come into the pits now. Crooksy is up low, we'll see what he can do. Spain in the wet, saying cryptic he likes. Spain in the sweat, saying serious mushroom. And Crooksy's backed off. So no, he's not going to be improving. Not sure what's happening there. Tango, has he gone for another lap? No, he's not. Yeah, we're all coming to the pits now. See what Sean does. I think he'll be in the pits as well. He's got a fuel gauge flashing too. Well, not flashing, but it's red. Crooksy, we know he's not on the lap. Here's the Ferrari. No, that's it. No one is on a lap now. No one's on a lap. Oh, Mr.
Elite's
Elite.
lost
He's
it.
lost it.
Oh,
Oh, he's just about saved the car from losing a wheel. But yeah, he has got wing damage, big wing damage. So he'll have to come in. He has got time to come into the pits and then go again. But he's got to push it because he's down in 14th. He might as well push it, because if he crashes the car and loses all his car's wheels and loses everything, he's still going to be 14th. So he might as well go for it at this stage. Still no one else on a lap then. Crooksy's on a slow lap. Yeah, big crash there for Mr. Elite. Just, I think, pushed down a bit too hard. But you can tell he's pushing. We just see Cowie and Pot Stuff now on that. So we're going forward with Pot Stuff. You missed Nunda not make it to Q2 because he's a bot, saying Cryptic Alibi. Probably wouldn't even make Q1, saying Nunda. Mr. Elite is very lucky not to lose a wheel. Yeah, I'm surprised in a way that didn't take his wheel off. He did go almost head on though into the barrier, which usually is okay. If he went side on, I think the wheel would have been gone. I think the rain's getting heavier. I think it is getting worse. That might be why Mr. Elite spun, because yeah, they're struggling a bit more, I think, as well. They'll probably prove me wrong and go and set a P1 time now, wouldn't they? Pot Stuff's a 10th down, so yeah, I think I might be right. I think it is getting a bit heavier, the rain.
yeah, I think that is it now, isn't it?
Well, I wouldn't say that just yet, but I'd be surprised if there are any big changes. And see what exactly Pot Stuff's time is. He's gained time in Sector 3, so I wouldn't say that for definite, but they're going to have to do a much better lap if they're to improve on their time. Next up, I think we've just seen Rick Dalton, haven't we? He gained 3 tenths, he went up to P4. Next we've got Ferrari Sam. He's just on a slow lap. Chazza's next, doesn't improve.
Then they come to a championship near you.
And then I think Nunda might be alright. Nunda's had a great season, hasn't he?
Yes,
First 2 races,
yes.
he was on minus points, but I think he's got points in nearly every single race since. See Sully on a lap. Alpha Tauri's next. Konal. He's down his time. He's just been doing an extra preparation lap, I think. And Haas is going to be next. Sweet MJP, can he improve? He doesn't improve his time either. So yeah, we're not seeing anyone really improve. Less than 2 minutes left. Tango's retired as well in the pits, and Sweet MJP's losing it there. He's backed off. He'll only have one more run at it now. Sweet MJP, if he won't improve on this lap. Mercedes or Sean crosses the line in 9th. Gains 3 tenths. Oh no, he doesn't. Sorry, that was an out lap. Pot stuff's invalidated. Cowie crosses the line. 1.6 seconds down. No one's improving. Is that Chazza in the pits? No, it's not. It's Rick Dalton in the pits. He's happy. He thinks he can't improve anymore. Chazza then. Can he improve? He's not going to. Yeah, he's over a second and a half. Sam's come in the pits. Yeah, I think that's it. I don't think anyone is going to improve. Sean's down. Pot stuff's down. Cowie's down. And looks like out as well. Yeah, I think you're right. Don't think we'll be seeing anything else happen there. Renault off the track. I think that's pot stuff. Yeah, he's gone wide somewhere too.
Yeah, I think it's just too wet now. That is
Yeah.
it.
Almost wet tyre conditions, I think. Oh, and Crooksy's losing it. Yeah. Oh, he's complete. He's got to keep it together. He keeps it together somehow, but he's not going to gain any time. Sam's retired in the pits. I think that's it. I think the difference between going through and not is going to be that 1400ths of a second between pot stuff and Cowie. Crooksy invalidates, but it's all done for him. Sam has kept it together. Oh, he's nearly done what Mr. Elite did. He's kept the lap validated, but he's not kept the car on the track. Talking of Mr. Elite, he's on a lap himself. He hits that curb nicely. He's still going for it, so you can tell he's having to be so much more cautious now. Chaz has crossed the line, so is Rick and Denzo. I think they're all going to be through. Pot stuff's in the pits. Emerson's happy with his time too. He's about to see Sully cross the line, doesn't improve either. Let's see what Mr. Elite can do then. He comes in the pits. There we go. We're all done, aren't we? Sweet MJP's down. Crooksy's invalidated. Cowie 6 tenths down. So Cowie's going to be P11. Crooksy P12. Oh, I said this last season. Hasn't happened so much the last couple of weeks, but Cowie and Crooksy always manage to find a way of getting right close to each other on the track. They have some fantastic battles, these two. Sweet MJP in 13th and a Mr. Elite in 14th. Scraped through in Q1, but Q2 he has been unlucky, of course, after that spin and damage that would have put off his final run. There we go. Shan is saying rain is wet, Tango lags out, track got worse, saying Kona. Yeah, we did see that. No one improved at all on that final run, but yeah, good for the Irish boys. Kona in 5th, Sully in 6th. They're close to each other again. Mushroom saying Tango will be gone in 5 minutes. I hope he can get quality together. It's usually in a race it normally happens though.
Yeah, I hope Tango can stay in it though. He's top driver.
Let's have a look at Tango, because I noticed it in the standings the other day. He's just really struggled. Of course, it's not his fault. He'd be miles up there. He'd be right up there. He's 14th. He's his highest he's finished.
He should be 14th.
Highest he's finished is 7th. He's got 3 10th place, and then fastest lap, an 8th place, and a 7th place, and then 3 races outside the points. No DNF though whatsoever. So that's brilliant from Tango. All those problems he has with his connection, and not a single DNF. So really hats off to him for that.
I'm going to put the old commentator's curse on for the race. I reckon Serious Mushroom will get some points today. It's just the driver.
That's Serious Mushroom crashing out. Not great at quality, Well done.
Not the great at quality. Like they say, I'm good. I'm the opposite. Good at quality and terrible at racing.
At least it's a difficult track to move through the field, because such a DRS train. It's such a hard track to get through the field. And with some of the strength of some of these drivers, I wouldn't predict anyone starting towards the back in the top 10. But Serious Mushroom, he finished 4th last season, and he's 7th this season as well. He's finished 5th 3 times. He always finds a way of doing the impossible.
That's what I mean. He always does find a way. Yeah.
We're on wet
So,
tyres. We are on the wets. I thought that was going to happen.
what is a race like? What's a race? Is it dry or wet? I don't know.
You said dry, but I've give up I believe in you.
Yeah, well, someone said on the stream it was dry, but who knows?
Who knows indeed. Anyway, we have got both Williams are through to Q3. Both Racing Points are through to Q3. It's only Red Bull and Haas that haven't got any cars in Q3. Let's have a look at Red Bull and Haas in the constructors. Are they the bottom two? No, they're not. Oh yeah, Haas are in third. We mentioned that earlier. So yeah, Siege has got so many points with Haas this season. Sweet MJP, of course, only joined recently and he picked up his first last week. And look, we've got 6 cars that put the inters on. So I wonder if they think it's time. There's still time to get a quick lap in. We might see it here. Where they get a lap in on the inters early and not be able to improve. Both Renault through saying Shadows, are they? No, they're not. That's Tango and the McLaren. Crooksy went out in P12, I think Crooksy was. Shadows, of course, Renault driver himself. Let's have a look. As no, how's McLaren in the standings? McLaren
give it a bit
are
of stick here,
7th. McLaren are 7th in the joint constructors. McLaren are up in 3rd, so they're doing alright. Of course, Liam's getting a lot of points. McKenty's chipping in 2 for him in the championship. Yeah, the joint constructors, Alfa Romeo over 100 racing points, over 100 clear in the lead. As Rick starts his lap on the wet tyres, so we'll follow Rick on his lap. And you see there's much more grip for the first couple of corners on those wets.
Young Tommy said pots up in Q3, love to see it.
Absolutely, yeah. He's not got any
Brilliant,
points yet, unfortunately. Last week he looked really strong, didn't he, at Monaco? Unfortunately, I think he got wing damage and then fell further back and couldn't get back in the points. Yeah, after only 3 races, he's got some great pace pot stuff. And Sam Swift as well, he's only got 1 point of us so far, and he's up in Q3 as well. Good to see, and he's on the inters. It's only Tango and Rick on the wets. And Shadow's saying, oh no, I thought I've seen Crooksy. Who's winning the joint constructors? Racing Point are, as we're on board with a Racing Point, by over 100 points, clear of Alfa Romeo in 2nd. Yeah, Racing Point, as you can see here, Rick and Chazza, what a team that is. And then they've got Baz and Menace Max. Oh, Rick's gone really wide there, he's going to lose a lot of time. Menace Max and Baz in League 1 are doing really well. Cryptic and Fleo picking up some points from 2. So let's see then what Rick's time's going to be. We think he lost at least half a second as he came onto the straight. It's a 1:18.6, that's on the wet tyres. Denzo's on an outlap. Chazza is on the inters, so let's see the difference between the wets and the inters. Has Chazza pulled off a masterclass here? Yes, he has. It's 1.7 quicker than Rick. And I wonder if the track's going to start to dry up because the rain's not as bad as it was in Q2. So maybe Rick's been sensible, saving his inters. What can Sam Swift do? He's quicker than Chazza. He's quicker than Chazza. Sully's going to be next. Sully takes P1. And I think the track's getting quicker. It is. There's breaks in the clouds and the rain's slowing down as well. This track is getting quicker. This is all to play for here. Conal's next across the line. He's now P1. It's getting quicker and quicker and quicker. Sean crosses the line. He's only P5. But look, it's an Irish 1-2 at the moment. Conal and Sully. And I think that's Emerson on outlap next. Yes, it is. And then we've got Rick. I think he'll abandon this. He's going to have to come in the pits and put the inters on, isn't he? Yeah, he's not coping too well on those wet. He's the only car on the wet tyres now. Yeah, and the joint constructors, it's really close, but the bottom 2 are Red Bull and Ferrari. They're in the battle. As we see, is that Denzo? He goes up to P1. Look at that, 1:15.9 on the inters. Brilliant time there. Next is going to be Chazza, and he goes up to P2. Still 4 tenths off Denzo though. So Denzo is the one setting the pace as usual. Of course, last week Denzo got disqualified, didn't he? In qualifying before he retired in the pits. But having got disqualified, of course, it gave the opportunity for a new pole sitter, didn't it? I think it was German that got pole position, was it, last week?
Yeah.
And then he, unfortunately, couldn't get in his car for the beginning of the race. We lost that instantly, almost. Sully stays in P4. Co now goes up to P2. He improves even more. He's liking these conditions. Sean's up to P4 as well. Great lap play from Sean. And he was close to going out in Q3 at one stage. Emerson's next though. We think Emerson might be one of Denzo's biggest threats so 100%. Far. If not, ahead of him. See what Emerson can do then. Great to see him racing with us again. He crosses the line and he's 7 tenths quicker than Denzo. And the track's drying up. Don't get me wrong. Denzo's going to improve even more here. It's a 1:14.8 for Denzo. This is drying up really, really quickly as the rain slows down.
It's a great battle.
Chaz is up to P3. Still 4.5 tenths off Emerson. And we see Tango across the line to start his lap. Renault Potstuff's going to be next. He's 8 tenths up. DT Bev's van disrupting mushrooming quali. Potstuff up to P4. Yeah, I wouldn't read too much into these times at the moment because the track is just getting quicker and quicker. It might be a matter of last person across the line gains the most. Sully crosses the line. He's up to P4, so it's looking good for Williams at the moment, isn't it? AlphaTauri of Co now goes back up to 4th ahead of Sully, so he's got a lot of quali pace. Sean's up to 5th. They're just going up and up and up. The question is, when do they pit? When do they decide they need to pit? It's only Rick and Tango really yet to set a proper lap. Of course, Rick went on the wets, didn't he? Which proved, don't know if he was just saving his inters, so they lasted longer.
I think Emerson's going to have this here now.
You've made your prediction. Denzo's 3.5 seconds up. I think he'll be coming in the pits then, Denzo.
Yeah, I'll be in the pits.
I'm wrong. He's going for another lap.
No.
And that gearbox glitcher, I wonder if he's got enough fuel just to stay out for the whole session on the inters. Oh, that gearbox glitch was horrible to listen to. Tango's up to P3. Brilliant effort from Tango. He's only 2 tenths off pole position, even less than that in fact. Yeah, look, 0.16 off pole position. Great lap there. Next to me, the racing point. Chaz is coming in the pits. Potstuff is staying out. He's only on a preparation lap though for this one. Sully's next again, and he's down. So he's coming in the pits as well. We then got Co now. He's coming in too. So yeah, I think a lot of them are coming in now and just refueling their cars and going for one final run at the end. Put a lower amount of fuel in the car just for 1 or 2 final laps. Rick Dalton then, let's see what his inter time is going to be. It's first one on the inters of course, so wouldn't surprise if it's not top times. It usually takes a couple of laps to warm them up. Rick Dalton crosses the line and it's P4, even still at a brilliant time. He gets ahead of Chazza. Good 4.5 tenths as well. Yeah, it's that top 4 battle, isn't it? But yeah, so far it's a bit spread out, isn't it? A bit spread out.
What's he doing?
Oh, he's done 1:14.4 for Denzo. Yeah, and again, track much quicker, isn't it? I wonder if he'll come in now and then just go for one final lap when he comes back out.
Got second.
Yeah, he has. I missed another time. Tango's gone up to P2. Emerson's in the pits though. So I wonder if Emerson's going to come out soon and do 2 laps on his final run. Nice lap by Sean too. Yeah, Sean's done really well. He's P7. He's really competing with the cars around him. Potstuff goes up to P7 in the Renault. It really might be, Sam in P10 at the moment. If he's last across the line so he gets the drier conditions, he could get up to P, 4 or 5 here. It's all about timing and strategy at the moment, as much as it is setting the quick times. Who's that? Rick Dalton. Is he going to go for another lap? No, I don't think he is. He's down on his time. I think he's low on ERS. I think he'll be coming in the pits, and he does.
Mushroom Sound going hard.
The pits.
Hard, soft.
Hard, soft. But what tyres do I need? What? Sam on his lap then. He's over a second up. Yeah,
do you know what? I'd risk it though. I know you say
he could be going up to 5th. Could be going up to 5th, and he does go up to 5th. Sam Swift, good lap there from him into P5.
I'd go hard soft.
Yeah, it's worth doing something different. I think if you're at the back, hope there's a safety car towards the end. or a VSC even, so you get a cheap pit stop. It's worth doing something different. Denzo, I think,
Mix it up a little bit, Mushroom.
Pot Stuff, is he staying out? He is staying out, so he's staying out to the end now. Pot Stuff is just going to go for it. He's saved up on that lap, so he's got 2 laps left in him. AlphaTauri Konal's on an out lap. He's now going to start, as is Sully just behind. 2 Irish drivers close together, and Denzo's retired in the pit, so he's come in the pit, so I don't think he's got the time to go out again then. So Denzo's under pressure here, because the track's still getting quicker, I presume, and everyone else is going to improve their time, although he has got a 3.5 tenth buffer. Yeah. He's got 3.5 tenth buffer though, Denzo, don't get me wrong. It might be enough. Rick on the track too as well. Rick could put him in trouble.
I'm going Emerson pole.
I'm going Tango. There you go. Called it. That's a risky one there. I bet he gets kicked on his lap, doesn't he? But Sam is just on a preparation lap. Here goes Tango then. Oh, Tango's coming to pits, so he's not going to get pole position. Oh dear.
No.
I've got that wrong, haven't I?
That's the proper commentator's curse, that is. I'm not a commentator, so I'll be alright.
I think it already happened to him before I flicked to him. Anyway, good to see. We've got 30 people watching the stream. Brilliant. Keep them coming. Good to see you all. Pot Stuff in P8 then. He's on his 6th lap on these inters, and he crosses the line into P5. I think that's Pot Stuff done now. Good lap there from Konal then. One of the Irish. He's up into P3. He gets ahead of Emerson. Brilliant lap there from Konal. What can Sully do? Sully's only up into P8. I don't think he'll be too happy with that. He's got, is that Chazza behind? Chazza goes up to P5. Here comes Emerson. He's 2.5 tenths up. What can Emerson do? It's only P2. Has he got... I think he's gone on another lap. He's going straight for another lap. Let's see what Sean can do. I think he's down on his time though, Sean. And he's not going to have time to set another lap, is he? So Sean crosses the line and he's P10. That's where he's going to be starting the race. We've got Sam Swift coming through now. He's 2 tenths up. This is his final lap. Where's everyone's final lap now if they're on one?
Emerson, he's going again. Come on, Emerson.
Let's see what Sam Swift can do. He's about to cross the line. How high can he get up? P7 for Sam. Good effort from him there. Really stellar effort today. Konal in P4. Brilliant qualifying from so far. He got 2 weeks ago. He got his first podium in the WNR, didn't he? In Italy. Oh, he's sliding through there though. He's just about kept it together. I think he's just down his time. He's sliding and he's off and he's managed to get the car under control, but he's not going to be improving there. He just needs to get out of the way now for Sully. Sully's invalidated his time, so we're going to go to it's Chazza. Chazza's next. He's now coming onto the straight in the racing point, down in 5th and 6th at the moment. They're usually higher than that racing point. What can Chazza do? I think he's up on his time. How close can he get to the top? Chazza crosses the line. He's still only P5. Rick Dalton's going to be next. What can Rick do? 4 for Rick. Emerson stays in 2nd. There we go then. So Denzo retired early in the pits, and he was safe to do so because the track just stopped drying up. Denzo takes pole position. He's back where he belongs, just ahead of Emerson. And we'll go through the top 10 when we see the standings up again. Tango saying I was never going to get pole. Even still, brilliant qualifying from Tango. So Denzo just under 2 tenths, and then Tango's done really well there.
He went far off, mate. 3.5 tenths or so.
The track dried up a bit more. Yeah, that's the top 3. Rick in P4. Konal, I've got to say, is a standout on that qualifying. I think it's all the fans and all the support he's got in the comments. Absolutely brilliant effort from Konal. He's 3 tenths clear of Chazza as well. So he's really latched into a top 5 there. Chazza in P6, Sam in 7th, Potstuff 8th, Sully in 9th, and Sean in 10th. Oh.
Look at that top 4 though. What a battle that's going to be.
Incredible battle. I think Chazza, after winning last week, I'm sure he's going to be wanting to get through the field. That's
who you going for the win?
Is a force to be reckoned with, saying time splitter. Absolutely, we've learnt that already.
Carl Wilson, who are you predicting to win?
I am going to predict Serious Mushroom. He's going to do it. Hard soft.
He's going to go hard soft. Go hard soft, Serious Mushroom. Get a safety car. Virtual safety car.
Anyone.
You'll be alright.
Anyone can win this. You just never know here. With strategy,
you look at it and you think, on
frame,
paper, you think the top 4 could challenge, but you just don't know, do you?
You never know, dear. DRS train here, anyone can latch on. His strategy is key here as well. We saw yesterday, Vice Sheng. He was 4 attempts quicker than Sloth in quali, but his strategy, he got down on strategy by Sloth, didn't he?
So, I mean,
and got a penalty.
I just want to see someone challenge Denzo or push him. He wants him get pushed, see if he makes mistakes, because he's consistent and he doesn't get penalties.
He lost to Rick a few weeks ago, didn't he? In Canada.
Yeah,
he didn't finish last
week. He lost
a
little bit in Monaco.
He didn't finish, did he? He lost points.
No.
He's only 50 clear of Rick now. I know 50 points sounds a lot, but Denzo retires again, and Rick wins, and it's 25.
I'm going to put my money on Emerson.
I'm not putting my money on anyone because I'm always wrong. But yeah, we'll look for it is Mr. Elite and Nunda on the hards. So everyone, Mushroom's gone for the mediums. Yeah, out of the top 10. This is what I love as well about a wet collie. Free tyre choice for everyone. It makes it so much more interesting. So in the top 10 we've got Denzo, Rick and Pot Stuff on the softs. So they're going to be aggressive at the start. Emerson and Tango are going to have to fend off Rick. And I think Denzo might get a bit of a leap at the start. It'll be hard for Emerson and Tango to stay with him. Yeah, Mr. Elite, Nunda on the hards. At the bottom 10, Cowie, Crooksy and Jay Story on the softs. Watch out for Crooksy and Cowie on the soft tyres. They'll be racing through the field together, trying to anyway. And they'll want to race each other too. Crooksy won't be hanging behind Cowie too. The commentary curse is real. I know, I should just sit here in silence. It's the only way I won't
I'm not a commentator, anything. That's alright. So I can get away with it. That's what Jake doesn't say he's going to win.
Mushroom needs to skip the lights if he wants to win, saying Cryptic. Imagine if he jump starts. Yeah. Oh, Crooksy's been disqualified. I don't get that, how it only disqualifies one car, because usually it's just for a collision with another car. Well, that was a quick formation up. And Denzo's already
rapid, wasn't it?
lining up in his grid then. Yeah, we're starting fresh tyres, soft medium, I think we'll do it.
Who's nervous at the start?
Me. I am. Oh. Jamie Enright saying, lads, how can I join your league? I will jot my PSN down in a minute, mate, and then I'll get you can send us a message on that. Anyway, we have got lights. Cars are not revving up yet though, so they're false lights as usual. And now the cars are revving up then. And we have lights out, and away we go in Brazil. And Denzo does get a really good start. Being on those soft tyres, he's got much more grip. And look, Tango's swooping round the outside. He's lost a lot of places there. He's gone miles off. We've got Konal's gone off, unfortunately. I think he's got wing damage as well. Emerson's in P2. Sweet MJP's out. He's out of the race. What's happened there? What has happened to Sweet MJP? Has he just retired on the track? I don't know what's happened. I think he's retired on the track. I'm not quite sure what's happened to him there. Looked like he's just in the middle of the piles. Cowie. Cowie's up into P5.
He's gone up 6 places.
Wow, that's an incredible start there from Cowie. Crooksy down in P9. Wow, Sam Swift. Sam's down to P14. He's getting past his teammate Marv, the 2 Ferraris. We've got Siege fighting with Konal. Mr. Elite's up into 10th. Yeah, Tango, of course, lost so many places. I don't know if it's just later on the brakes. And then Konal was affected behind as well, so I think that's why one side was blocked and then one side wasn't, and that's how Cowie managed to get through. But yeah, it's pretty 9 seconds. Sweet MJP's joined back, and as he joins back he'll realise his car's not even in the race. Jay Story's gone off as well. He's gone off the track. He's in trouble down in last at the moment on those soft tyres. Denzo sets the fastest lap, was already clear of DRS range. Rick Dalton then, look at Rick Dalton, he's closing up onto Emerson's. Konal's getting past Mr. Elite. Of course, Mr. Elite is on the hard tyres. Oh, and that's Siege getting wobbly there. He's really struggling with that 1-1 wing setup on his car. He's going to have, yeah, you can see the pace he's got here. Rick's getting past Emerson and he gets the move done. Sean and Crooksy fighting too. Sean is ahead of Crooksy, stays ahead of Crooksy. Being on the softs, Crooksy will want to get this move done as soon as possible and move through the field like Cowie has. Oh, he's gone wide there. Probably would have got a warning for that, but does well to hold it together. And Tango will want to get back through the field as well. I don't know if it was contact with another car, but it looked like it just went wide and then went off the track, but unfortunately lost a lot of places because of that. I don't know what happened to Sweet MJP. It looked like he just pressed retire on the track. I don't know why he'd do that, but he joined back. Might be a new glitch we don't know about. But yeah, Rick's already now 2 seconds off Denzo. They're both on the soft tyres. For Emerson to stick with Denzo on strategy, I think he'll need to stay in DRS a Rick.
Is he going to get Sean here, yeah?
DRS is now enabled though.
Sean will defend.
Oh, look at the pace. It's going to be side by side. They go into turn 1. They touch wheels.
There by Sean.
Oh, it's going to spin him. It's going to spin Crooksy,
oh,
and he's hit the wall. He's got big wing damage there. It was 50-50, I think, that one. And Crooksy's had to pay the price for that. And we've got a VSC, which will help Crooksy get back on the track. It's going to slow things down, so I have to adhere to a delta now. Oh. Wow. Yeah, side by side. I don't think there's any menace in that from Sean at all. They just banged wheels. Unfortunately, Crooksy lost out because of that, and he's not had the best. 5-second penalty for Nund, and Mushroom's off the track and facing the wrong way. What's happened to Mushroom? He's got wing damage as well. Big wing damage.
Don't know what happened there.
I don't know what's happened to
safety
Mushroom
car,
there. Again under a VSC. So I don't know how that's happened. We saw a 5-second penalty for Marv, I think, for a collision with, I don't know if it was Sam or Nunda. Anyway, and look at the gap between the top two. Denzo is 5 tenths to Rick. I don't know if he was slow on the VSC restart, but Rick is right on the back of Denzo now, and Emerson's under pressure from Chazza. He's not within DRS of the brothers that are 1-2 at the moment. But with Rick now in DRS of Denzo, that'll help. That'll help the rest of the field hold up, because Denzo's going to have to defend like this, isn't he?
In the pits.
Dan Murphy's in the pits too. I don't know if he's got wing damage from an incident with Mushroom. Mushroom's in the pits too, as Cowie's got a 3-second penalty. I don't know what's happened under the VSC there, but
it's all action-packed at the minute, isn't it?
I think
First 4 laps.
Mushroom was involved in a safety car or VSC incident in Spain as well, I think. I don't remember what happened exactly, but he's been unlucky with that again. And yeah, look at Cowie. He's really aggressive, isn't he? He gets a lot of 3-second penalties, unfortunately, Cowie. That's his downfall. But we'll have a quick look at the position change. 6 places he gained, and that was through the first couple of corners. And now he's right on the back of Emerson and Chazza, and he's going to want to get through them and latch on to the top 2. And he's right in a fight for this race now. He just needs to stop getting any more penalties if he's to be in for a chance of a podium at least.
Mr. Elite's on the hard tyres he's picked.
He's done well, Mr. Elite, so far. He's under pressure now from Siege and Sambo, and Tango's getting past Sean, and Sean's not going to fight on the outside and look for a switcheroo, and he gets a good exit. Is he going to get the? He's going to get the DRS as well. I think Sean might look at getting this move back on Tango. He's had a great exit there. Tango's got a lot of pace, but we've got to move because Cowie's going down the inside of Chazza, down into turn 4, and he gets the move done. And Konal's now looking at Sean too. He's on the inside. Oh, they make contact, and Sean's off the track. He gets back on safety though, and Konal is ahead of him when he does get back on the track. So the 2 cars that lost out at the start, Tango and Konal, they're making their way back through the grid. Next up for them, they've got Sully in P7, who's falling off on Pot Stuff. Pot Stuff's got a bit of space now. He's had a good start to this race, he has.
Sean will get him here on the straight, I think.
The thing is, can Konal stick with the DRS of Tango? I think he can. The activation line's in a second.
Sure,
he gets a good exit. He didn't know, so I think Konal should be okay. But yeah, I think he'll be alright there. Rick Dalton gets fastest lap, and he's right on the back of Denzo. These two, of course, being brothers, it's not. They don't usually fight each other on track, do they? They're usually really kind to each other and help each other out. But they're getting racy at the moment, aren't they? And Nunda's getting past Marvsky down the inside into turn 1. Nunda's on the hard tyres, of course. Marv on the medium, so yeah, Nunda, good move there from Nunda being on the hard tyres. And yeah, this isn't helping Denzel or Rick holding up each other. They need to extend being on the soft tyres, because Emerson and Chazza, they're going to be on the softs for their second stint, I presume.
It's going to be good for Emerson if them 2 are battling.
Oh, Denzo's lost it! Oh, he's held it together.
Wow.
Rick's going down the inside. Denzo's got the better exit though, but he can't stick with side by side. So Rick Dalton takes the lead. A mistake from Denzo. I don't believe I'm saying that.
Wow, that's rare, isn't it?
He's not got the best exit either, but I think he's going to have the pace. Of course, he'll have the DRS. I think Denzo's going to have a good look at getting this move back. Yet Emerson will be sat back on the medium tyres on the slower stint at the moment, thinking, come on, let's have this. As Denzo's going to go to the outside, is Rick going to fight it? They're going to fight each other through here. They make contact, and Rick goes up on the curb. He gets a better exit low, and he's going to get the DRS now, Rick, to try and get Denzo back. Never seen these two race like this before. And Tango's got a 3-second penalty, and Denzo's going to get the lead back and keep it now as well. Yeah, it's kind of gone on the curb. There might have been a warning there for Denzo too. Yeah, as I was saying, being on the quicker strategy at the moment, Denzo and on the quicker tyre at the moment, Denzo and Rick need to pull away from Emerson, but it's not happening, is it? Because they're fighting each other, and it's almost to the point where Emerson's in DRS range. Emerson will be just sat back, keeping it calm, loving this. He is in DRS range now, and I think Rick's just gone wide there. He made a little mistake. And yeah, it's within 8 tenths now, Emerson. In fact, they might even be battling on the track on this stint. Looking to the comments. Jamie might say he races in the League of Ireland as well. And must be good if a couple of his lads are racing it as well. And yeah, it's the top two as Denzo locks up. Chaz is getting back past Cowie. He does it on the inside.
We've got a great battle here. 13th, 12th and 11th here.
Oh, Emerson's getting past. Rick's off the track. Rick's off. What's happened to Rick? He's not got wing damage. I don't think he was near any cars either. As we see the battle now, Tango getting past Sully. Sully being one of those drivers in the League of Ireland. And Konal, the other one, under pressure from Sean. Sully's really looking at Tango again, isn't he? Siege and Mr. Elite. Siege on 11th, of course, accidentally put a setup on with 1-1 on the wing, so that's why he's
doing well, Siege, for that setup.
But he's doing well to cope, isn't he? On the mediums as well. He's definitely still on for some serious points here. Mr. Elite, 3-second penalty. Now, with Rick falling further back, though, I don't know what it was, a spin, but both him and Denzo, this obviously isn't their favourite track. They've both had a moment. Rick's being more costly. Yeah, Denzo now might be able to extend from Emerson, so I don't think Emerson will be too pleased about taking that place from Rick. Puts Chazza up to P3. And, yeah, Cowie put on the pressure. Pot Stuff, look at Pot Stuff. The pace he's got today, absolutely incredible. He's right on the back of this fight for P3 now as well.
We've got Sam Swift taking this Elite here.
And he's going to get him, isn't he? On the medium tyres. Oh, no, he's not going to get him. Mr. Elite's kept up. He's got pace. And he's late on the brakes.
Well there.
Yeah, but Sam Swift now going to have a switch back, and he gets a better exit onto the second straight. But Mr. Elite's going to have DRS from Siege in front, so there's not going to be enough pace in that Ferrari to get the move done, because the Red Bull's too quick at the moment. And Cowie's getting close to Chazza still for P3. Yeah, so 1 DNF so far, and that's a sweet MJP. As Cowie's just got another 3-second penalty. Again, that's his downfall, isn't it? And that could cost him big time. Yeah, Emerson's now 2 seconds behind Denzo. He's starting to pull away a bit. Now he's not got Rick to worry about. I don't know what happened to Rick. Like I said, I presume he just got too much of the curb and went off the track. Yeah, we've got
a couple of 5-second time penalties here as well, I think.
Yeah, I think Marvsky Mushroom, yeah. There must have been Lemmet collided
as well.
So I wonder if Marvsky and Mushroom were the two that collided. I'm not sure if they were the two that collided in Spain under the VSC. And Cowie's struggling now on the tyres as well. And he's going to be under pressure from Pot Stuff too. Cowie's tyres are probably worse off because he's been fighting so hard to get through the grid. Gained 7 places since the start of the race, which is brilliant, but 6 seconds of penalties. So ultimately, with those penalties, he's back down into P10, or around there at least. And he's on the quicker tyre as it is at the moment. They are close to Chazlo as Denzo's still just about extending. We're already at the stage in this race where the soft tyres are going to start to be going off. So the mediums might start to be a bit quicker over the next couple of laps.
Denzo seems to be keeping slightly.
Yeah, it's about the same gap now, but typical soft-medium strategy. Lap 16 is stopped for softs. However, because they're on fresh softs, with obviously not using those tyres in quali, they might be able to extend a bit more. They're definitely capable of doing 18, but all depends on strategy at the time. As for the medium runners, I reckon they could pit on lap 19 at the earliest, and then or 20 or 21, depending on how they're coping. But yeah, Emerson's just taking a tenth and a half back on Denso. Chazza a further 2.5 seconds back, and there's a bit of a train for me now. Rick Dalton's caught back up. Cowie behind Chazza. Potstoff's the quickest one of these drivers at the moment. He just can't get past Cowie because Cowie's still got that DRS, and we get a yellow flag, and Crooksy's out. Crooksy's out of the race. And we've got a virtual safety car. I think that's Dan Murphy in front. That we can go on board with. He's running around last after that early pit stop. Where has Crooksy lost it then? Oh, he's just hit the wall coming out into the final corner. He slows down for us, lovely, so we get to see it more. And yeah, unfortunately for Crooksy, it's another DNF.
Unlucky Crooksy.
He had a spin early on, didn't he, and lost a lot of his wing off at collision with Sean. Yeah, Dan Murphy and Serious Mushroom, unfortunately, had to pit early, so they're right down the back of the order. Is anyone going to use this opportunity to pit? Will Denso pit? Mediums could go to the end here, the medium tyres, but Denso is staying out. I wonder if Cowie, Potstuff or Rick are going to take a chance on this. Yes, Chaz is in the pits. Rick then has to stay out. Oh no, it's Cowie in the pits. It's Cowie that's come in the pits. He's got the penalties, of course, so he's probably the one that's got nothing to lose. Oh, it's not paid off for him though, because the VSC's just ended. And oh, who's that getting close? It's Conal and Sully, the two Irish League of Ireland drivers, making contact there. Conal wants to get that place on Sully. He's not going to hang back, is he? Oh, they touched. He went to the inside, but they touched. And he goes on the inside. Tango's got a penalty. Sully's going to fight it. And Conal...
They are battling here, look.
On the left side of the track.
Side by side.
I'll try to go on board with Sean to get a better angle on. Oh, look, Conal's trying to stick it around the outside. It's always on the inside there. That's going to work, but he's going back for it. And he finally backs off there. Conal, brilliant racing from these two.
Great racing.
Don't think anyone got other damage from that either. That's what I love about Brazil. You can go side by side for almost the whole lap. I'm sure Conal will have another look when they get back on the straight in the DRS. Potstuff gets a 3-second penalty. Yeah, he's now got Chazza in front as Cowie pitted. So we can have a look at Chazza. The only problem is I think those soft tyres are starting to go off. It's 1.9 between Denso and Emerson out in front. Chazza a further 3 seconds back. Still plenty of grip on those mediums, isn't there? And the soft tyres, I think, yeah, they've still got enough in them. Just enough of Potstuff to save in DRS range as Cowie's getting past Marvsky on the straight at P14, and Rick's getting past Potstuff at P4. They made contact. I'm not sure what happened there. And they're side by side. I see Rick's hand go up in apology. They must have made contact. I think Rick, there might be an aggressive move there on Potstuff, or caught him by surprise, but he's got the move back into P4. Racing Point running third and fourth once again. But it is looking like at the moment Denso and Emerson looking good, aren't they? If Chazza can stick with that just 5 seconds off Denso though, he's going to be quicker than Denso in the second stint. So you never know, Chazza could be in this as well. I'm now going to type my PSN name into the comments. There we go, that's there. And we got a yellow flag, and that's Dan Murphy's off. Dan Murphy's off, he's lost it. He's going to be a lap down now. Dan Murphy. We have to spin it. I think that's the same place where Rick Dalton lost it, isn't it? And Siege getting passed by Mr. Elite. There we go, Mr. Elite up into P10. Anyone else in the comments that's not in this race, if you can get maybe a link to the server in the comments. I don't know if you can do that, but if you can, and then what was I going to say? We've still got that yellow flag in sector 1 and sector 2. Yeah, Dan Murphy finally recovers. Just had to let everyone pass. Yeah, not sure what happened to Dan early on. Yeah, he's been struggling and get yeah, so then Jamie can use that to join the server. Sam Swift going around the outside of Siege. A great move there from Sam. Yeah, Siege really struggling through the corners now, especially as the tyres go off with this not so good server. And Dan Murphy's retired. I think he's crashed. Has he crashed the car? I think he has. We won't be able to see because he's so far in front of Mushroom. And Rick Dalton's getting past Chazza. He's gone for the move. He's on the soft tyre. I think these softs might still be quicker than the mediums because Rick's got past Chazza. I don't know if Chazza didn't fight it too much being teammates. Rick gets that
two,
done,
two mates was happy
and
there.
Dan Murphy's
Lots going
car
off, aren't they?
has been cleared. He was a lap down, wasn't he? But he is now out of the race. Our third DNF. We don't know what happened to Sweet MJP early on. We know Crooksy and Dan, they both already have had incidents, and then they had they both crashed on the track then, unfortunately for them. So yeah, the top 16 is all quite close between them all. Unfortunately, Serious Mushroom's quite far back. He'll be hoping for a safety car now, but he's doing great to carry on and keep going. Of course, if the cars retire in the pits, they do get a -2 points. And we see, who's that? Is that Konal? We just see a yellow flag. I see Konal's lost a lot of time on Sully. I don't know if he's got damage. He hasn't got damage here. I think he might have had an off there, Konal. It's so easy to slide round here, especially when the tyres start to go off. He's on the mediums too, so he might be one that tries to come in maybe lap 19 for the softs. However, more pain now, the more gain you're going to get later. And at this stage yesterday we saw Vice Sheng, didn't we? Let's have a look at Chazza. No, he's not. Not yet. It's too far back. We saw yesterday, didn't we? Vice Sheng pitted now from the lead on the mediums to go onto the hard tyres. And that ultimately cost him a race, because the race win, because Sloth waited a few laps and put the softs on, which I presume most of these will do here today. And yeah, Rick's quicker than Chaz at this stage. Of course, it might not just be the tyres. Rick was quicker here anyway. It's just because he spun early on and lost time. And yeah, Emerson's now gaining on Denzo. So he's waiting patiently there, Emerson. And he's going to be quicker on that second stint, isn't he? And if Denzo's got no DRS to defend it, it might be a straight battle between these two, especially now with Chazza falling further back. And Rick as well, both racing point drivers. They're looking good for third and fourth at the moment though. Of course, with Potstuff and Tango having the penalties. Cowie further down as well. He's struggling to get through the field, isn't he? He's got Nunda in front. Nunda won't have DRS though, so Cowie are wanting to get in now. Tango's in the pits, so I wonder if he's going to do what Vice Sheng did yesterday, go medium hards. I think they're white tyres coming out, and yes, it's going to be medium hards for Tango then. Konal and Sean go through. Mr. Elite and P9, I've got to say, he's done a brilliant job on those hard tyres. Got to be hard soft, I should think, for Mr. Elite. He'll pit for them within the next 5 or 6 laps, and Tango's in the Tango's left the session. But got to say, that's not the worst time for him to leave when his car's in the pits, at least. So he won't actually lose much time if he can get back in. AI is set to 85. The drivers in this league, they're much quicker than that, so if it's on 41 they'll lose so much time. That's why we put it up a bit, just so they don't lose as much time when the drivers get kicked from the session, because of Codemasters. Happens to Tango quite a lot due to his connection, but that does help him out definitely. 1.2 now the gap between the top two. Rick 5 seconds back, and Chazza. Denzo's in the pits. There we go. Denzo's in the pits. Will Rick come in the pits? Yes, he does. Chazza was about to overtake him anyway, and they'll both be going to mediums for the end. I'm sure. Are they going to come out in traffic though? Because there's so many close gaps on the track. If they come out in traffic, Emerson will be laughing at that, and Chazza even as well in his battle with Rick. Sean's passed Denzo. Tango's joined back, so he won't lose out too much. Yeah, Rick and Potstuff, when they come out of the pits, they're going to join in P12. Oh, is Marvsky going to get in between them? Where did Denzo come? So Denzo come out in 6. He gets ahead of that battle between Mr. Elite, Sam and Siege. Look how close they are. That's important for Denzo. However, he's got Sean and Konal up in front.
Sean's on a cracking drive here.
He is, he's doing really well. So Konal and Sully even up in third and fourth. I don't think these are going to be easy to get past either for Denzo. I don't think they're going to be pitting for another lap or two yet. Oh, Tango's back in his car, as you can tell, because that's what happens when all the timings go away from the screen. That's when a driver jumps back in their car after being kicked. We're on board with Denzo. Look how close he is to the back of Sean. They were teammates last year, weren't they? I think at Racing Point. They're not teammates this year. Sean's got DRS, but I don't think that's going to be enough to help him defend from Denzo.
Denzo's
going to go for 2. He's not. He's just going to go for the 1 on Sean. I think he's going to save the second move for the next DRS zone here, and I think he's going to get it done. He's going to make light work of this Denzo, making a double move. Konal's not got much to defend him against. He's going to try his best to defend though. Denzo goes to the outside. He's got much fresher tyres, flies round the outside, and that's gonna earn him a warning, I think, but Denso does get the move done. Brilliant move there from Denso, and now he's got clean air, so that's not what Emerson would have wanted there. And now Denso will be able to put a couple of hot laps in just to get a bit of a gap between him and Emerson. Once Emerson pits, he's gonna need it, because Emerson will be on the softs after his pit. Further down the road, we've got Marvsky catching. Well, I don't think he's catching up. Marvsky's yet to pit. Potstuff already pitted, and I'm really hopeful. I'm not biased at all, but Potstuff's been really unlucky the last few weeks. I really hope for him he can get his first points on the board today. He definitely deserves them. Rick Dalton closing up to Nunda, the other driver who started on the hards. Mr. Elite's done a great job. He's still holding up Sam and Siege. He must be getting brilliant exits onto these straights. Denso, there we go, sets the fastest lap, because Sam's just not got enough to get past Mr. Elite. I don't think no, the exit's not as good here either. Exit's not as good for Siege, as we know Siege will that 1-1 wing setup, not helping him. And there we go, we see Sean. Sean's on. Konal later on the brakes, goes to the outside and keeps that place. Look at Denzo already 2.5 seconds down the road from Konal. And yeah, this is why it's important that Denzo cleared them quickly, because he needed to build that gap. If he was still stuck behind them now, at least fighting, he'd be losing so much time. But when do Lee's pit? Is Emerson going to pit now? If he does, that's the thing. If he does pit now, he's gonna. Sure, he's gonna come out. He does pit. I'm looking at the wrong car. He does pit. Will Chazza pit? Chazza pits too. Will Sully pit? Because that might affect Williams' double stacking. So he does stay out. He doesn't want to risk it. He shouldn't do. The mechanics take stupidly long, so Sully's going to take the lead of the race. So what Sully will want now is a safety car, isn't it? Or at least a virtual safety car. That would help Sully. And Sean, who's staying out as well. Siege gets a 5-second penalty for speed in the pits, so we've got 4 cars in the pits. Where does Emerson come out then? He's already behind Denzo, isn't he? Is he going to get in front of Sean? Oh, I think he is. He's mastered that, Emerson. Absolutely perfection. Konal came in the pits too. But yeah, Emerson, that's important. He got out just in front of Sean, not behind his battle. He's now 3.8 off Denzo, and that is effectively the race for the lead. Yeah, and that gap will start to come down. Denzo's already used some of the life at those mediums, and Emerson's on the better tyre. Konal gets a 3-second penalty. I think Sully will definitely box this lap and have no problems with tyres at the end though. Whereas the cars that have just put the softs on, they might start to struggle the last couple of laps. But I think they should be okay anyway. Here comes Sully then, coming into the pits. There we go, and usual order is resuming. Great stint from Sully. Cowie's getting past Sam for P6, and he makes it look pretty comfortable as well. Mr. Elite's in the pits, Sam's in the pits too, Nun's in the pits too, so they're all putting on the softs now. So they might as well have just started on the mediums, but they were good race tyre for Mr. Elite, at least anyway. 3 seconds between the top two then. The normal order has resumed. Cowie's in P3, although he's got 6 seconds of penalties. Rick in 4th, just 1.1 back. Chazza on the fresh softs, 1.5 back. He's going to be racy now. No, I think at the moment there's final podium spots between Rick and Chazza. Potstuff in 6th, 4.6 further back. Sully in 7th. What a stint he did there, because he's now on fresh softs and he'll be closing up to Potstuff for that P6. He's got a penalty too. Sully on for some decent points here. Marvin P8 still not pitted. 21 laps on the mediums. That's a stellar effort. I guess he's just waiting and hoping for a safety car. Nunda passes Tango. Tango's still not back in the session, unfortunately. Nunda's signal is red as well, so both McLarens struggle with connection. Jay Story further back on the hards. Mushroom now coming in the pits for the softs as well. I think he'll definitely be looking for fastest lap. He's going to be lapped here, unfortunately, serving his penalty. The Mushroom's going to be lapped. It's all about the fastest lap now, I should think. Denzo sets fastest lap. Emerson 2.5 behind, goes even quicker. Rick Dalton closing up to the back of Cowie. He wants that slipstream. He goes to the left hand side, and they not sure if that was lag or they nearly touched there, but Rick Dalton does get the move done, and Cowie gets an absolutely phenomenal exit going on to the second straight. He's going to get DRS here.
Cowie and Chazza.
Rick Dalton's pace is incredible. As Cowie and Rick that we're now watching, and Rick Dalton keeps that moving. Chazza then is now in DRS range. That little battle's let Cowie be susceptible now to Chazza behind. Cowie's still looking good here for at least P5, but Yeah, Chaz will be wanting to get past Cowie and then battle his teammate for that third podium spot. 2.3 between the top two. And we saw yesterday, didn't we, Sloth and Vaisheng battling almost all the way. As Marvsky's now in the pits, gets passed by Jay Story. So I'm sure Marv will look at getting past Jay Story as soon as possible. And probably looking for fastest lap himself. And further up, Tango still not back in the session, unfortunately. Rick Dalton should have pitted 4 laps ago, saying 4 moments. Come on, pot stuff, saying Shatters. As we see Chaz is getting past Cowie. He does it on the straight. And there we go then. Chaz now can battle with his teammate now. We see Crooksy's left the session, unfortunately. Of course, Crooksy, Shatters, other Renault counterpart, not had as good a race as he'd have wanted. Yeah, Chaz is now closing up. We've not seen him had too many battles, have we? As Marvsky makes a move around the outside, Jay Story down in sector 3. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at the results. I'll have a look at. Yeah, with our standings.
Chaz got a 3-second time
Oh, he
penalty
has,
there.
yeah. You can just see it pop up on the screen, so that might help Rick in his battle. Chaz needs to get past Rick as quickly as possible and try and pull away. It's always difficult to pull away here with the DRS and the pace of the track. So yeah, let's have a look at the recent form. Crooksy's, yeah, in the last 4 races, he's only got 1 9th place. Here we go then, Chaz assured he's going to get Rick here. He won't even need the DRS, but he's going to use it, of course. He goes to the right hand side and he comfortably gets past his teammate Rick. Now the question is for Chaz, can he pull away? That's such a hard thing to do here. And Rick's got Cowie. Yeah, Cowie's over a second behind, so he hasn't got to worry about Cowie so much, especially with the 6 seconds of penalties. Now Sully managed to get past Pot Stuff, didn't we? We missed that. We were busy watching the racing point action. But Sully's 7.5 seconds off Cowie. Cowie with 6 seconds of penalties too, so P5 well and truly on for Sully as well. He might even be able to close up even more than that. And then if Rick and Chaz get even more penalties, can't rule anything out here. Sully's looking brilliant. Kono is 8th as well. Sam Swift's getting past Sean for P11. Good battle in there, and they avoid touching wheels. Good move from Sam Swift up into P10. I've got to say, Siege in P9 with his setup on as well. He's doing a stellar job so far. He's not actually in the points because of the penalty he's got at the moment. That will promote Sam and Sean. Mr. Elite went to the medium, so he's in a hard medium strategy. Same as Vaisheng did yesterday. I think he's the only driver to have done that because Nunda put on the softs. And yeah, well, let's have a look at the penalties. Are they still the same? Oh, Siege's penalties are 5-second one. So I'm not sure. Oh yeah, it was speed in the pits, wasn't it? Yeah, of course. So yeah, it's a shame for Siege. But yeah, Sam and Sean wanting to try and latch on to Siege here because talking to Sam and Sean, here we go. Yeah, they're close together. 1.9 out in front. Rick Dalton's going back for a move on Chazza, and he gets it done down to turn 4. So there's no opportunity for DRS straight back for Chazza. He's going to have to follow Rick for a lap. But well, for the rest of this lap until he can get back in a DRS. But yeah, this is what I mean. It's such a struggle. And let's have a look at Sean.
Ooh.
No, he's not got it. Sam keeps it, going down the outside. Bradfield talking rubbish again. Emerson's not really gaining as much anymore, is he? He was 3.8, wasn't it? He gained 1.8 seconds in the space of a good 2 or 3 laps. It is now down to 1.9 as I say that, but he's not gaining as quick as the freshness of those softs are starting to go. 5 laps he's been on now, 9 laps there for 3/4 of the way through here in Brazil, and what a fantastic race it's been so far. Obviously Chazza side by side with Rick. He's going around the outside. They're going to fight each other, the 2 racing point. And I clicked to the wrong car, but Rick swoops back. He was aggressive there, Rick, but he had to be to keep that position. And Rick gets the DRS, so he must have been behind at the activation line.
We got
and
Nunda
he storms
here.
off into the distance. Let's have a look at Nunda. He's closing up on Mr. Elite.
Is he going to get?
No, he's not.
No.
Nowhere near him.
The camera changed.
Nowhere near him. He might get near him here though. No, I don't think it's close enough as Mushroom gets a 3-second penalty. Nunda out of VRS as well. Sean and Sam Swift, they're still going at it for what really is 9th place at the moment. Yeah, not too much going on at the moment. But yeah, Chazza and Rick, this battle we've got to keep our eyes on. Chazza needs to get, unless Rick gets a penalty of his own, Chazza needs to get past and stay in front. Shadow's saying, stop being nice, my race was terrible, saying Shadow's. Oh, I think, at least I finished though, like the previous 2 weeks, yeah. Shadow's, of course, DNF'd in Monaco and Italy, but he finished yesterday, and he's still in the top 10 in the standings, so his start of the season was brilliant, and Rick's gone wide there, and they touch! Chaz has gone into him, and Chaz is off. As Rick got damaged too, Rick slowed down.
Yeah, he slowed rapidly down.
Rick's not got damage, but he slowed down. Chaz has just went into the back of him now. I think he must have damage. Yeah, Chaz has lost an end plate there. So the racing point. And where have we seen this before? Ocon and Perez.
Boys, he should be battling.
They weren't really battling. They weren't. Sam gets past Sean finally for that P9. I think Sam was P9 anyway, weren't he? Yeah, so Sean must have got past and Sam gets back. Nunda on Mr. Elite side by side. These soft tyres for Nunda.
You're on different
just
strats
getting
there,
past.
you two.
Yeah, the two that started on hards, the only difference is Mr. Elite went for mediums to the end, Nunda went for softs. 1.5 between the top two. Yeah, Rick Dalton got a really bad exit, and I think he was just slower than Chazza expected, and Chazza went into the back of him. But obviously we'll have a look at that after the race. They definitely need to leave more room for each other there. They're still looking alright, but with that penalty for Chazza, look how much the rest of the pack have closed up. Sully's 2.7 now. Sully's effectively up in 4th. Yeah, that's who else we're going to look at in the standings. It was Sully, wasn't it? Sully's 6th. He finished 2nd in Australia and Bahrain, 2 of the first 3 races, and since then he's only finished 6th once and 10th once. Not even 10th, sorry.
Emerson's cut the gap to 1.6 now.
Well, he just said it was 1.5 last lap. So Sully's
There we are.
Sully's not finished in the points in the last five races. And he's looking good at the moment. He's currently P4 as Cowie's getting past Nunda for P11. And he gets it done comfortably, but gets another penalty in doing so. So Cowie, off that brilliant start when he was battling with a racing point, he's now down in P11. He's not managed to get through the field. Oh, he's pitted. Yeah, is it? He must have pitted. Yeah, it's promoted everyone up a spot, isn't it, as well? I don't know if he had damage or not, but yeah, the race for Cowie, unfortunately, has not been too good for him. Come on, Sully, same time splitter. More consistency, the better, but can't be perfect. Yeah, Sully, absolutely unbelievable. Chazza stays out, and he's going to go to the end with this damage. Definitely, with only 6 laps left, worth doing. Rick Dalton saw him 13 seconds back. But on these medium tyres, if Sully can get past Chazza on the track, Sully might be able to chase down Rick. Cowie does the fastest lap, so there we go. That's a point for Alfa Romeo. If you're new to us in the comments as well, we do put the fastest lap point up for offers for everyone on the grid, not just if you finish in the top 10. So obviously when we have the rule, if you get points deducted for a time in the pits, that's just to keep everyone racing. And of course then you've still got that fastest lap point to play for. If you think about it, over the season, that's 22 points up for grabs, and that'll be enough to keep you up. So that's why we have that, and at the moment Cowie's going to get that point. Sean and Sam still having their battle down for P9. Let's let Siege pull away a bit as well, isn't it? Siege doing really well. He's right on the back of Konal now. Of course, he's got the 5-second penalty for speed in the pits. Emerson 1.1 now, the gap to Denzo. We've not got long left. He needs to save some fuel. Emerson, they're both low on ERS, both low on ERS, so Denzo's definitely been using that to try and stay out of the DRS zone to Emerson. But I think as soon as Emerson gets in that DRS, if he can, he'll be closing up. And then he'll be saving fuel, and then he'll pounce in the last couple of laps. Sully's right on the back of Chazza now. He's only, yeah, this is going to help him gain up to Rick as well. This DRS, it's only 5 seconds to Rick now, so if he gets past Chazza on the straight, he's then only got a couple, oh yeah, of course, Rick hasn't got a penalty, is he? But yeah, even still, it'll be 5 seconds. Chazza really struggling, as you can see with that wing damage. To go through the corner, he's got an end plate missing after that hit with the wall, but he's still on for some top points here. Chazza, P5, still looking good for him, as long as he can fend off pot stuff from Konal and Siege and all this battle if they come for him at the end. And front runners cross the line. 5 laps left then. Denzo 1.3 in front. And I think these soft tyres are starting to go off a bit, aren't they, for Emerson? Be great to see them battle on the track. Serious Mushroom, good move there. Unlapping himself from Rick Dalton. And Sully's getting past Chazza. There we go, he gets that move done pretty comfortably as well. You see how much Chazza's having to back off through turn 1 and 2 with that damage. He'll have DRS on this straight though, so it'll help him pull away a little bit.
Sully here.
There's absolutely loads of fans for Sully, absolutely brilliant to see. And you know, they've joined at the right time as well, because like we were just saying, he's not been in the points in the last 5 races. That's just how close and competitive this league is. But yeah, he's 4.7 off Rick now, and I'm sure he's going to be chasing that down, giving it his all. It's going to be unlikely. I think if Rick gets a penalty though, or Potstuff's just got a penalty. Didn't want to jinx it there for Rick. Yeah, Potstuff now on 6 seconds. 4.4 the gap now between Rick and Sully. Yeah, Sully's going to be going for this. He's not got to worry about what's behind. All the cars behind have got penalties. He can get a penalty himself, and he'll still be in P4, Sully. And of course Chazza will wing damage behind. Yeah, the gap out in front is still 1.3 between Denzo and Emerson. And yeah, Cowie's closing up to the battle for P9, Sam, Sean. And this might help Siege, because that gap where Sam's having to defend from these is helping Siege push forward. But Siege has got Konal in front too. And then Potstuff just in front at the moment. Well, the other Irish driver, Konal, is currently P6. As Potstuff's got 3 more seconds worth of penalties than Konal's got. Siege putting Konal under pressure, but he's just not getting close enough. Come on, Sully lad, saying Gary. Drobro. Formula Moment saying everyone has ups and downs. Absolutely, you can ask every one of these drivers and they'll tell you about that. How's Chazza coping? He's already 2.3 back on. Yeah, I think these soft tyres have started to. Yeah, we've started to see the switch over now. I think the mediums might be just about the same pace as the softs. Sully's not really gaining anymore. Denzo started to pull away again from Emerson.
Yeah,
3 laps to go. I think Denzo might have this covered. And he might have DRS from Tango when he gets to the straight as well. The car that's ghosting him, not being able to join back in the session, Tango. Yeah, Chaz is doing well. I think Chaz is going to have enough to stick with that P5. He's coped really well with that damage, but he has been cost a chance of a podium after that collision with his teammate. And Siege is getting really close, isn't he? He's going round the outside of Konal. Konal really late on the brakes though. I think he knows about Siege's 1-1 wing on, and Siege obviously, or it might just be Siege having to brake a lot earlier because of that wing. And Konal was really late on the brakes there and very, very well kept that P7. He wants to close up to Potstuff, doesn't he? He wants this move done on the track. He might be on 2 warnings, so he might not want to sit back and just go by the penalties. 2 laps left. Emerson, I think, might have had DRS from the Ghost of Tango. Is now being lapped on that straight. It's brought him in 1.3. He's low. They're both low on the Emerson's got to save fuel at some point, because that's yellow as well. So yeah, I think Denzo might have this one covered, but these two have been in the league of their own, haven't they? Siege getting past Konal. He's done it on the straight. Of course, the benefit of having a 1-1 wing set up is that your pace is going to be absolutely incredible, and that's why we're seeing Siege close up so much. And it'll be difficult to pass here too, even with the DRS. Though Konal's got a great exit. You can see even with the DRS, Siege is pulling away, but Siege will have to brake earlier, which he does. Great move there from Siege to get that P7. And you want to close up to Potstuff. You want to get in within a second of Potstuff, because it's 6 seconds of Potstuff and 5 for Siege. So Siege can get within a second of Potstuff. He might have it then. Although he will lose places to the cars behind. Anyway, Denzo now starts the final lap. 1.8 clear of Emerson. 1.9 even now. I think it might be all done, that being the 1 and 2. Rick in third then. Now crosses the line himself to start his last lap. And then Sully has fallen back even more. Yeah, the soft tyres, they're starting to go off now, aren't they? Even though Sully pitted a couple of laps, or a lap later than his teammate Emerson. Mushroom gets a penalty. Chazza is 1.1 clear of Potstuff. It's a pity for Sam Sean that they couldn't get onto the back of this train we've got going here, because they've all got penalties, so you won't be able to gain so much from them. Jay Story getting past Tango's Ghosts for P16. Yeah, and Mr. Elite and Cowie down in 12th and 13th. Nunda in 11th. I don't think he's going to be able to get any points out of this today, which is rare for Nunda. Anyway, we got to go on board with Denzo then. He had his wobble, didn't he? He had a wobble, lost out battling with his teammate Rick, but he's got the strategy to perfection. He's had the pace the whole race, and Denzo comes across the line and he wins the Brazilian Grand Prix. He's back to winning ways.
Denzo,
Emerson takes P2. Great effort from Emerson. Really made a good fight of that. Pity his tyres went off at the end. Rick Dalton then. He is quite far back, but he's gone across the line in P3. Good effort from Rick after a collision with his teammate though. Sully then. I'm sure we'll see applause for Sully in the comments, won't we? P4 for Sully.
Well done,
brilliant
mate.
Race for Williams. Chazza crosses the line. We have got penalties, haven't we? So we'll have a look. Chazza keeps 5th. Konal's up. Oh, Sam's up to 6th. Brilliant for Sam. Wow. He's only got 1 point in WNR, and he gets 8 points tonight. Sean in 7th. Some good points for Sean. Konal takes 8th. Siege in 9th. I'm sure he'll be happy with that after that setup. And Potstuff, there we go. Potstuff gets his first point in WNR, and he'll be gutted. I think he'll be gutted because it weren't for that second 3-second penalty. If it weren't for that second 3-second penalty, he would have got 6th. So I'm sure he'll be gutted about that, but even still, that is number 1 on the board for Potstuff, and he'll be able to push on. Great week for Williams. Yeah, of course, every driver's finishing the points. Siege, the game's given driver. We do our own vote for driver of the day, of course. Well done, Denzo, for the race win, saying Dylan. Yeah, Shadow's happy with Potstuff getting his first point. 10th off a point, saying Nunda, he was unlucky in P11. Sam and Potstuff, yeah, in the points. Young Tommy's mentioned there. Siege running a 1-1 wing, saying Gary, yeah, he put it on by mistake.
Put P7 now for Siege, wasn't it?
No, he got demoted. He had 5 seconds, didn't he? Penalties, yeah. I think he went down to 9th. Sean got 7th. There's confirmation of it then. It was a two-horse race in the end, wasn't it? Just a shame Emerson couldn't get within DRS range on that stint. Just shows the pace of Denzo. Rick 3rd, then yeah, Sully 4th. I'm sure Chazza will want the stewards to have a look at that. Alfa Romeo get a bonus point with that fastest lap for Cowie. Yeah, Nunda just missing out. Avoided penalties though, Nunda, so he did really well. I've got to say, fair play. They're down here as well. Serious Mushroom, he kept going, didn't he? He had to go at that fastest lap. Love to see that. Anyway, yeah, what a race. Absolutely love it.
Brilliant
yeah,
stuff, lads.
DNFs, Dan Murphy and Crooksy had the crash. I don't know what happened to Sweet MJP. It looked like it retired on track for him when he weren't even in the session apparently. But yeah, we'll have a look at that after the race as well. But brilliant race yet again. All 3 races this weekend have been brilliant. Jamie and Ryan saying, how can I join the league? I think someone has put, if you look further up in the comments, someone's put a link to the Discord, so you can click on that, mate, and join. There we go, Shadow's just told him. Shout out to Sully, absolutely, and yeah, well done to Siege for doing that on 1-1 wing. Brilliant stuff indeed. Oh, right. Anyway, we are going to end it there. Next week is going to be race 11, so that's going to be the halfway mark. And that's Austria next week, a track that everyone loves to watch. Maybe not so much racing, but it'll definitely be an entertaining one next week. And then we have our break after next week, so we have a break week at the halfway mark. And we'll see how things are going there. But the headlines tonight, Denzo extends his lead at the top. And Sam Swift gets some big points too. Sully back in the points where he belongs as well. Brilliant race all around. And we'll see on Friday at about 6:15, sorry, for League One. Thank you very much everyone for watching.